Let's get started on this week's session. I'm going to start by opening up the week of session from last week on Ableton. Then I'm going to go to my front of house computer and start remoting it to everybody. All right, so I want to remote into lighting. I need to be able to control my lights, turn the house off. Let's see if I can release everything. There we go. I am talking to my house now. You can still see me quite well. We are not building a song today, so I do want my home bass to be in. All right, so now that we've got lighting in, let's open our media computer. We're set up here. We're actually gonna first start off by building our order of service in ProPresenter. I am going to go through here and remove all the songs from last week, and then hit Command F for find and start searching for the songs that we're gonna be playing for the week. Let's open up Planning Center on the other computer so I can see them side by side. Click my schedule. We will click on Sunday the 16th. We're starting the service off with the song Be Glad, and I noticed that it has the weekend profile here, so I'm just gonna go to the songs. I haven't updated the sequence here to be the original composition, which is the new verbiage we're using. So I'm gonna click on the sequence or arrangement tab, edit arrangement, just double click on weekend and call it original composition. Let's be sure that this actually all coincides within Planning Center as well. I'm gonna go to song and then edit song. So I have original composition in here. That is currently what we'll be pulling from. Let's make sure our sequence actually does, arrangement actually does follow. So we're starting off with verse 2 times, chorus 2 times. You can see the 2 times here. The chorus 2 times might just be the chorus once here. I have a feeling that's the case, so I'm just gonna leave this for now, and then we'll go with, we'll go to reference and verse 2, tag, chorus 2, and then refrain. That refrain's twice, and I have a feeling it's the same thing where it shows the refrain once on ProPresenter side, but on Planning Center it actually shows it twice, and that's most likely from the song select when it was pulled in. So then 2 bridges, tag, chorus 1 3 times, chorus 2, now we are not matching. So let's see what we're missing here on ProPresenter. I'm actually gonna open up the song package, Be Glad. So what I'm gonna do is go back here and go to Zacco Builds, find my song Be Glad package. Let's open that up. Okay, so I am missing a few things here. I need to update this as well, but we'll get to that in a moment. What we are missing is the tempo, and I feel like something else, but we'll get there. So we've got the 2 bridges, tag, chorus 1, chorus 1, chorus 1. Let's see how this actually plays real quick. I'm gonna turn off lighting so that doesn't trigger lighting, and I'll just start from here, from the top.
1, 2, 2, 3.
I did notice that my volumes are a bit slammed, so I'm gonna start working on those too. So this actually isn't talking to ProPresenter. Okay, we're not connected to ProPresenter. We are currently selected on Be Glad, so it should work fine.
2, 3, 4, intro.
Don't have my plugins here, so I'm gonna add my plugins as well. Okay, we'll go drum bus, close that, select percussion, close that, synth bass. My songs aren't grouped, so I just want to confirm that everything is doing what they're supposed to or going where they're supposed to. So let's route all that to the group here, and I'm going to add these to make a group for piano, send this to the piano output, send these to the correct group now, close that. Dump in my plugins here for that. Select the preset that I have for the guitars, close that for now. Select the preset that I have for pianos. NG piano preset is in. Go to keys, those aren't grouped either. Command G, Command R to rename. This is going to be called synth. And we've got to route this now to the synth channel, route these to the correct group, and then I'll add the plugin there as well. Synth group, or synth preset. Now my vocal groups. Send that to the appropriate output. Send these to the group now. Pull in our plugin. Set the preset. And we're good to go with that. So now let's start from the top. From the very beginning, we'll play all the way through and make sure that our lyrics follow the way they're supposed to. And in the meanwhile, I'm gonna work on levels. So far, so good. So it looks like I am missing a chorus here. Okay, so I see the problem, and what we're gonna do actually is shorten this chorus one to not be the same thing over and over. I'll just delete these last two slides of it. That way the chorus one is only done once, and then every time there is a chorus one, I'll drop it in twice. All right, so that way it's played 3 times, and then chorus 2 is supposed to be here. And let's be sure that this actually plays again well. It does not now. Let's go back to the verse 1. Okay, so that's where we lost it. We lost it in, oh, it's supposed to be chorus 2, not 1 there. So it's chorus 1 once. Oh, that's interesting. This is the day the Lord has made. Oh, I see what I did there. Okay, so let's copy that, paste that here, and then we're gonna do a quick edit here on this. There we go. Okay, so now we should be, yep, we're good. Okay, we're almost done.
Chorus 1.
Following good so far. Okay, so we're off there. So instead of 61, we actually want 62. So let's move 62 up. Just the last couple of slides here, just to confirm that we're in right timing. We have the right timing. And let's put slide 75 right there. That works for me. Okay, so we did also miss, being the fact that this is an older package, I am missing my tap tempo. So I'm gonna copy this from the song start package template, and I'm gonna go back to Be Glad, and I'm just gonna dump that right here to make sure that's at the very beginning. And then we'll go back to the end here, and then we'll cut this to the ending call. And then let's be sure that it's actually talking to or sending the right signal to Super Rack. So I'm gonna connect to that real quick. Select 1, hit play, and let's see if it's talking to Super Rack properly. So I don't wanna get up. I'm just gonna remote into it. Okay, so we're currently sitting at 75 on this. Now let's see what this does when I go and start it. So that's talking properly. Let's save this again. We'll just minimize this for now because we will need to go back into that. Okay, this is accurate and this is accurate. Sweet, we're looking good. So now that we're leveled, we're actually updated, it seems. I am missing the reference here for that. Maybe I could just pull that in also. Why not? Let's see if this is, let's make sure that this is going to, just want to see how lined up this is. It is delayed, so then I'm just going to do a reference channel here. I'm going to go back to the song start, and I'm just going to copy this reference channel, bring it in to Be Glad, paste that in there. I am then going to turn it on, make sure that that's going to the master. This could go all the way down because we don't need that audio in there at all. I'm going to take this and copy it down one. Now we'll bring this to -9. And then I'm gonna consolidate it, Command J. It's just telling me that I'm gonna lose the video content from it, totally fine. That's done consolidating, so now let's just line it up and make sure that it's all in time. Looks like we're in time. Now let's make sure that it actually sounds good. Cool, we're good to go. All right, I believe we are now ready to bring this in. Okay, so now we can get back to ProPresenter here, and we can bring in Be Glad. Original composition. Second song is gonna be Whole Heart. It looks like I don't have the composition for that either, so let's fix that. Go to Songs, find Whole Heart here at the bottom, and we're gonna change the composition. Let's just see what that's gonna look like. Let's just leave it for now. Typically, I would want to be bringing in the lyric video for it, but that's fine. We'll just stick with this for now. So I'm gonna go back to bring in Whole Heart. It's gonna be song 2. It looks like our order of service has changed a bit, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna duplicate this header, and I'm gonna bring this down after Generous Living. I'm gonna bring Whole Heart back there. So we're starting the service off with one song. Pastor Ken's gonna come out after the countdown, do his welcome, then we're gonna do Be Glad. That's gonna be led by one of our worship leaders. And then we're gonna go into Generous Living. After Generous Living, we're gonna go into Whole Heart, which is here. And then How I Need You, so Command F, How I Need You. And that also is not pulling the correct sequence. So then I'm gonna go to Songs. Let's go down the list and make sure all these are up to date before I add them, so I don't have to keep going back and forth. How I Need You is what we're looking for. This is set to weekend arrangement. We don't want that, so let's edit this. I have a feeling this might be a much older song. There's gonna be a lot of work on this one. Okay, so it's now updated to original composition. Been So Good, that's up at the top. That is pulling the original composition. And then Who Else, which definitely is as well. So we're good now with all of that. I'm gonna go back to the Sunday service module, and I'm going to now add How I Need You. Message by our worship pastor. And then after that's gonna be Who Else as the response song. So our response song is gonna come down here just above the blessing. And then our order of service in ProPresenter is done in its order. Now let's just make sure that we have all of our triggers here. So Be Glad is supposed to be calling Ableton time, worship Ableton time. Yes, that's correct. Whole Heart is correct. I already tested that. And actually, we also want to make sure that the cinematic bars are in at the top of all of these segments here. So Whole Heart, we need that. Yes, we need it there as well. I did build the sermon slides already for Aaron yesterday, and I thought I hit record, and sorry I did not, but I do have a video on that already, so I'm sure you've already seen that. It's cookie cutter, it's really the same thing. Okay, I believe we are fully ready in ProPresenter, so now let's get out of full screen here. I'll put these computers in the order that I use on Sundays. That way I can access all 3 computers. Let's make sure How I Need You, first of all, is ready to go before we get too far in this. So How I Need You, that's in 6.8. Lyric video's right there. Missing the reference. Okay, I'm gonna actually copy this. Let's bring our reference channel in, and I'm gonna bring this down, and I'm gonna consolidate this. Okay, we're consolidated. Now I'm just gonna go up here, and I'm gonna bring this all the way down. We don't need that. Now let's sync it up. There we go. All right, this is where we want to be. I think we're looking good on that. Let's bring this volume down, turn the channel on, bring this volume down a bit so we can test it against the stems. And it's not the same key. What's the original key? E flat's the original key, so then I'm gonna get up here and remove the key of D. And we're missing all of our plugins, it looks like. This is an old package again. Okay, it looks like we're good. So let's move this back down under the guide. Now let's go in here and we'll add on all of our plugins if we need it. Looks like we do. Bass, bass synth, synth bass, electric presets, and then our piano presets, and then strings presets, synth preset. I know I could just drop it down at the bottom. I just have a habit of doing it this way. And just for you guys, there you go. Vocal preset. Cool beans. Now let's add this onto our drum channel as well. Drum bus preset, and we're good to go. Now let's make sure everything is leveled. I'm gonna collect all and save this. I noticed that we're missing a lot of other things, and so I'm just gonna bring those in as well. So let's go back to the song start. I have the tempo, it looks like. I'm just missing the click and the tap tempo for Super Rack. I'm gonna paste them in here. All right, let's click on and save this again. Okay, we are good with that now. I think we are fully up to date. Let's be sure that this is telling Super Rack the correct tempo. It is in fact sending the correct tempo to Super Rack. All right, so I think we're good now on this. Again, collect on save just to be safe. Make sure that the routing, I think I had some wrong routing settings for the click. Okay, we're good with that. Now I'm gonna collect on save this. We are good to go with that. Been So Good, let's be sure that we have everything for Been So Good now. We do not have our tap tempo, because that kind of is a new thing I've been doing. We also don't have our reference, so let's just do that too while we're here. Okay, we're consolidated, so now let's sync it all up. Okay, I think we're sunk. Let's listen in. Okay, this is a bit chopped, so I'm just gonna consolidate all of this, just so it's one cohesive stem instead of being cut, because a lot of times when I bring in these cut stems into a new session, the split gets separated. It happens all the time to our lyric videos where it ends up much shorter than it's supposed to. I'll have to just grab the end and extend it back again. I don't know why it does that, but it's much more annoying when you have a chopped and screwed version here and your stems are cut a bunch. Then a lot of those kind of individual nodes end shorter than they're supposed to. So once this is done consolidating, I will then go through all of the other stems and consolidate those as well. Okay, consolidated. Now let's just go in here and grab everything else. Okay, those are consolidated, ready to go. So now let's make sure that the levels are set, close enough at least. Okay, we look good on levels. Not too worried about that because I do fine tune levels every rehearsal, just so that all of the songs are cohesive when it comes to at least trying to make them the same level each week. Okay, so then I'll come here, let's cut these, get rid of these guys, don't need that. I am also missing my tempo here, tap tempo. So let's save this and pull it from our song start again. and we'll bring it back in here. Cool, so this is 73.5, so let's make sure now that it's telling SuperAct what it's supposed to. And let's jump into 73, yep. So we're gonna save that. We're going to shorten this to the end, to the ending call. There we go. Don't need to worry about that either. And we're good to go now. Sweet. Collect all and save again. Been So Good is done and ready to go. And I think that's it. Now everything else is up to date. So now we can start bringing all this stuff in, make our day of session. So now it's time to put together the order of service. I'm just gonna open up last week's session. The only thing we're really gonna keep is Jehovah and Who Else from last week. I'm going to save as, it's gonna be the 16th. And we're gonna do that on the root. And we're gonna do a collect all and save here. Okay, and then we're just gonna start pulling things in. I believe Who Else actually is song 5 this week. So let's go ahead and move this over. We're gonna open up this group. I'm gonna select this and all of its contents. I'm gonna hit X and then paste. Okay, I'll extend these. And I'm gonna rename this. It's gonna be 5. I'm gonna open up on this side. I am also going to screenshot this entire page for reference and save as a PDF in the date of folder. Okay, so B glad is actually in B. So I'm gonna select this and hit B. Whole heart. So we're gonna need to separate all these guys actually. So let's move this back. Because this is a different order of service, we're just gonna have to have these in a different place here. Okay, so I'm just gonna go down here and start renaming all of these songs. And this is gonna be Whole Heart in the key of E. These are all gonna be in the key of E. No, How I Need You. In the key of E as well. Who Else is A flat. The key of B. Select one, paste. We're gonna have a loop here for that. It's gonna be loop 2. We'll find our loop trigger, which is loop 2. There it is. Now we just need to pull in our markers. All right, now song 2, Whole Heart. Make sure this is 6/8. Just need to find out where this is actually gonna blend. And we'll see how that's gonna play. Okay, song 3 is How I Need You. Find that ALS and we're gonna drop that in. Cut song 3, paste. And let's see how well this blends. Okay, so let's fade that in a bit more.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Where is that coming from? Oh, the reference.
1, 2.
Oh, a little too long there. Okay, that's okay for now. I'm gonna drag our ALS in. And this is gonna be song 4. Oh, we need to find this place actually. So we don't wanna stop there. No, we don't wanna stop there. We wanna stop over here. And that is 4/4. Yeah, it's definitely not gonna work. So we're just gonna extend all this to the very, very end of the stems. Wherever this will allow me to place it actually. We're gonna go back and grab these guys. I cut 4, paste, there we go. I actually want that to be there. So, what's the downbeat on this thing? Alright, there we go. We are definitely gonna have to change the key for this. Put our markers for everything since I've been missing those. 4, paste. Alright, How I Need You. 3, Whole heart, go. Downbeat there. Let's find our loop trigger. Paste it there. And then we'll find who else, and then move those stems. And then our loop 4, or loop 5, that works too. I think this is the loop 4. There it is, just cut that. All right, we'll paste it right here. Cool, now our MIDI signals. Okay, let's find the effects channel, put that where it needs to be. Right there works for me, let's copy that. Go to the end here. Right there. Okay, we have song 2 in place, and we want to make sure that this toggle's in the right place now. There. And we'll put this here. And actually, I don't think we need to worry about that now, this time. Let's add song 4 in. Song 5. Put that in that place. We are missing this marker. So we're gonna copy that, pull that up here, go to 5, hit paste, save that. Let's go back to 3, I think. No. Yeah, it was 3, so 3's right here. Cut that, I'm gonna go to 3, hit paste, and then place this where we need it. We need that right about there. So 2, 3, 4. And then let's copy that. And we're gonna put that at the end here. We don't need these. Let's put those over with song 6 for now. Okay, order of service is put together. So now we just need to run through everything and make sure that they blend well, levels are set, triggers do what they're supposed to. Let's go full screen on this for now. Oh, full screen. Make sure we're calling the correct playlist order here. Since we are working with the different playlists this week, it's definitely going to be different. 7 should be working.
1.
Yep. 2 is supposed to be 9, 10, 11. So then I'm going to go to my presets here, select playlist. That does what it's supposed to. Yep, whole heart. 3, it's going to be 12. 4 is going to be 13. And 5 is going to be 19. Okay, so 2, 3. Oh, I need you. 4. Been so good. 5. Who else? Save that. All right. So that's calling what it's supposed to. Now, let's see. Do we want to? Let's do Super Rack next. Make sure that's calling the appropriate scenes. For Super Rack, I'll go full screen on that as well. Let's jump to song 1 and call that. You can see that it is 97 BPM. That is the BPM of the song. I'm gonna go to the effects channel here. I'll select Be Glad. So let's save this real quick. This is gonna go in the desktop documents, I'm sorry. I'm gonna replace this because I made a bunch of changes to it last week and I wanna save them. So I'm gonna load Be Glad here now. Make sure this is at 100%. Let's replace that as well and move on. That's it. Song 2 is Whole Heart. We're gonna do the same thing with this. Actually, let's just save this as, replace that file, and then load Whole Heart. Go to 3, I Only Need You, that is saved. Song 4 has been so good. Save the show file or the scene and move on to the next one. I hope this is making more sense and making a pattern for you. Okay, Super Rack is put together, at least for now, as much as we're gonna get. So now let's do lighting. I'm gonna full screen lighting. Let's see what we're calling here for all of these show triggers. Make sure that we're actually connected to lighting too. And that I have everything turned on as it's supposed to. So song 1, I know is calling the wrong song. Let's just find out which one it is so I can remove it. So calling Goodbye Yesterday. So let's go down to 243 and remove that trigger. So I'm going to the properties, the MIDI tab, and then hitting X on the play field that it just showed. Here, I'll just do it again for you. So if you go to the properties of the module of a song, you'll see on the play command within the MIDI signal tab, it's calling A1 on, and that is currently the MIDI signal that I have in Ableton to call this song. I don't want that to call this song Goodbye Yesterday. So we're sharing this MIDI signal. So I'm gonna hit the X button right there and click OK to clear that out. Now it's not gonna call anything, so let's release all of the songs. Hit play again.
1, 2, 3.
It is not calling anything, that's good. So let's go find Be Glad now, and that should be up. Actually, sometimes it's easier to just do it this way, by name. And now it's in alphabetical order. Scroll around and find Be Glad. Let's go to properties on that. Go to the MIDI tab, hit learn, and then send it.
1.
There you go. There's that A1 on. Let's hit OK, and then now it's gonna trigger this song. Okay, so I'm gonna go through all of the cue stacks on these later and confirm that all the commands and correct cues are in the cue stack as needed. So let's now see what this is calling.
1, 2.
Full heart, that's correct. Let's release that. Go song 3, same thing. How I Need You. Edit. In our resets here, let's be sure that we've got all the commands that we need and we're not showing, or we're not sending any commands that we don't need. Like positions for the band kicks. Looks like they are getting called here. Let's remove those. No band kick positions ever in songs. Looks like that removed, so we're good on that song. Let's hit save on that. Now go back through and let's see where we are at with everything. I want to extend this, make this a little bit longer of a fade. All of my lights are going to be at 100%. Save all of that. And then I'm noticing that I'm only talking to one of the downfills, so I'm going to go here and select that and go to 100%. I want both of those at 100%. I don't want to be talking to the house lights at all in this song, so let's go back in here and remove any of these commands talking to the house. Oh, it looks like we're not. The reason the house was showing that was on is because I currently have it on manually. Let's also make sure that we're not talking to things that we're not supposed to be. Let's redo these keys commands, because I have a feeling those are probably old. So let's just remove all of these. They are not supposed to be in the rest of the song. Delete that, there we go. Go back to the reset here. Song reset, actually no, let's just do the keys by themselves, the lights by themselves, spotlights. Song reset, I'm gonna apply that so it's just talking to the keys now. And let's go back in here and extend it. Looks like that is extended. That's correct, yeah, cool, we're good with that. As I do a run through, I'll find more anomalies. I don't wanna go through the entire cue stack. We don't have to, I know that the beginning is working now. So let's just go to song 2, Whole Heart.
1.
All right, so song 45, edit, and same thing. So let's make sure we're not talking to the band kicks, positions at all. Looks like we are. Let's remove these. If we do the full screen here, this will tell us where we're actually talking to it. I don't see that we are anymore. It's got to be further down the line. There they are. At the ending, what do you know? Color and intensity is the only thing we want in this song for band kicks. Okay, now let's select these guys. Go back to here. Correct? Yep. Save that. Song 3, 60, and rinse, wash, and repeat. Don't want to talk to the ASL light at all. Don't want to be talking to the casket lights. Cool, let's try it. Okay, now I think we're done and ready for a run through. All right, let's save that. And we'll go back to this, and then now let's do like, let's Let's do a full run through on everything. I'm gonna kick my hazer on, turn the house lights off, get ourselves situated, and we'll get started. Gotta make sure we're talking to lighting here first. Okay, I think we're ready for a run through. Haze is not settled fully, but at least it's enough I can see what's going on, and I believe you can too on camera. Yep, looks like we're good. Let's just get started. I'm going to trigger the countdown. Hear much of this, you're just gonna see what's going on. I'll try to explain what I'm doing as I go. I have to keep it quiet because we've got a group meeting in the room next door. So without further ado, let's start this countdown. Okay, so the countdown had just finished. This is now looping. Let's just go down the rain with all of this. So we've got our welcome. Pastor Ken's gonna come up and do his host piece, his guide piece. Got the new here. Actually want this to be on operator. With our lower third, which you do see lower third here. Confidence monitor changes. All right, and then now let's jump to song 1. Okay, so we're going back to our old ways of the order of service here. So now we're going into generous living. Band will continue to play underneath this. That's where the loop is continuing to go. The click, we have generous living part. Welcome, want to give. Welcome. And then this needs to be song 2, so we're going to enable this.
1,
Here it is.
intro, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Actually, there will not be a bumper this week. I need to remember that. So we're gonna go straight from that song straight into Aaron coming out. And that's supposed to have the stop in there for Ableton. So on 38. Okay, so that stops it, then goes to Aaron. Okay, song 5.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, and then we're gonna go through the blessing part. There we go. All right, so our order of service is put together. Our full run through has been done. Now, lastly, the only thing I need to do, go through the super rack scenes and make sure we're calling the correct keys and ranges for each vocalist. So the person that's on Thor position this week, he primarily sits in alto. We're gonna change all the keys to B for Be Glad. And then let's go down. So Austri is gonna be an alto in that. Maybe that might change during the rehearsal. Aaron is actually Aaron's girlfriend this weekend. So I need to keep his mic kind of tailored for her. Groot is a guy, he's leading this song though. So we'll keep that. And then Hulk is also an alto, so we'll keep that there. All right, now down to Be Glad. We'll trigger Be Glad, and then we're gonna go down the range for all these now. So this is B, the key of B. I'm gonna get rid of the flat there. We're gonna send that to all of the tuners. Thor is an alto. Austri is an alto. She might be mezzo, but let's just keep it there for now. She is mezzo or soprano. Groot is a tenor. Actually, Groot is leading this song. And then Hulk is an alto. Now we'll go to song 2.
1, 2.
That's in the key of E. We'll send that to all the tuners as well. And then we'll continue down with all the ranges. We'll go to song 3.
1.
Song 3 is in E. All of these moving forward is in the song, or I mean this worship set. So these 3 is in the key of E. Thor is going to be alto. Austri is going to be alto. Austri is actually leading this song, so we're going to go generic for that one. And then song 5 is being led by this channel as well, so it's gonna say there, this is an A flat. Send that to all the tuners. Now I think everything is ready for rehearsal. Run through is done. Let's be 100% sure. We've got Ableton fully put together. We've got Super Rack fully put together, and I did notice that I overrid last week's. So let's go back over here to show, and then let's save this as, and it's going to be in sessions, and then we're gonna put this as the 16th. Replace that, go here, and then we're gonna save. There we go, good to go on that. Super Rack's ready to go. Lighting's ready to go. ProPresenter is ready to go. And I think we're good. Okay, so Sunday is done and ready for rehearsal tomorrow. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Again, if you got any questions, leave them down in the comments below and I'll answer as soon as I can. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.